Well, hello, everybody. Someone asked me, how do you become more magnetic? So I'd like to talk about that for you and help you see that you already are. It's just a matter of you feeling it in your heart that you are. So let me ask you, have you ever noticed how some people, they just walk into a room and you just feel them? They're not always the loudest, they're not always the flashiest, and there's just something about them that just draws you in. That something is magnetism. And here's the beautiful truth: magnetism is not something you're born with or without, it's something that you cultivate. It's something you become when you start living in alignment with who you truly are. The real magnetism doesn't come from trying to impress people. It doesn't come from proving your worth. And it definitely doesn't come from shrinking yourself to actually fit in. Real magnetism comes from your energy. It comes from how you feel about yourself when no one is watching. It comes from how you speak to yourself in those quiet moments. And it comes from how safe you feel in your own skin. You become magnetic when you start choosing being authentic over approval. And when you stop performing and you actually start being. There is something incredibly attractive about a person who is at peace with who they are. Someone who doesn't need to convince you. Someone who doesn't need to chase. Someone who doesn't need to beg to be seen. So just think about it. When you meet someone who is grounded, kind, they're clear, and comfortable in themselves, you can feel it immediately. Their nervous system is calm, their energy is steady, and their presence feels safe. That's magnetic. You become magnetic when you honor your boundaries, when you stop over explaining, when you stop over giving, when you stop over compromising your own needs just to keep the peace. And every time you choose self respect, your energy changes. Every time you say a loving no, your confidence deepens. And every time you trust your intuition, your presence becomes stronger. And you know what? People feel that. You become magnetic when you stop abandoning yourself. And when you listen to your body, when you listen to your gut, when you listen to that quiet inner voice that says, this feels right, or that it doesn't. Your intuition is not just guidance, it's attraction power. Because when you're in alignment, you don't have to chase what's meant for you. You start to attract what matches your energy. And you also become magnetic when you're in gratitude instead of lack. Gratitude softens your energy. It opens your heart. It shifts you out of desperation and into trust. And trust is incredibly attractive to people, to opportunities, and to life itself. So here's something I want you to really hear. You don't become magnetic by becoming more like someone else. You become magnetic by just being more like you. Be honest, be grounded, more self respecting, more compassionate with yourself, more aligned with your truth. And your energy speaks before you do. So if you want to be more magnetic, don't ask, how do I get people to like me? Ask instead, how can I like myself more? How can I trust myself more? And how can I live in a way that feels more true to me? Because the moment you start living from that place, you don't need to chase, you don't need to force, and you don't need to prove. You simply attract. So if this message speaks to your heart and you want to go maybe a little deeper into protecting your energy, trust your intuition, and living in alignment with yourself, come join me on the Spiritual Warrior Coach podcast. It's a beautiful space where we talk about healing, boundaries, energy, and becoming the strongest, most authentic version of you. So now let's end this with a gentle affirmation. Okay, you ready to say it with me? You can say it with me, or just put your hand on your heart and say, I honor who I am. I trust my energy. I am aligned with my truth. I naturally attract what is meant for me. And I am calm, confident, and magnetic. So have a beautiful week filled with love and with light. Love, Barbara.